The Nun action. So The Nun is the sequel to the Conjuring universe about Valak. It's about this abbey in Romania where a nun commits suicide and this priest and nun and this French Canadian guy have to go investigate what happened. And when they get there, they find out there's an evil presence there and the land is no longer holy. And one by one, they all start to die. Just joking. Nobody dies in this movie. Nobody at all. Just the person who kills himself at the beginning. I believe this is like the 5th movie in this Conjuring universe, you know? This is the first one, prequel-wise. This is like a prequel. And this movie does open up with like snippets of like Conjuring 2 to explain what this movie is going to be about and where the idea came from. And they did it in a way where it felt like I was watching a movie trailer for Conjuring 2. But then it opens up into the movie and we see a woman kill herself. And automatically after that, we see her corpse being eaten away by crows, and we get to see some blood in this movie. Some decent practical effects on the face. But other than that, everything after that is just a downhill slope, just down. A couple of pauses I have for this movie are that they bring over that sinister, awesome, eerie score. Just that awesome, oh. They bring that over from Conjuring 2 into this movie. It kind of sets the right tone, and it feels kind of dark and scary. The atmosphere in this movie, it's all shot very dark. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see, but it's very dark. They keep the atmosphere, the tone really dark in this movie. But other than that, there wasn't really anything visually interesting. The movie's set in Romania, and you got this person who has like a Scottish accent sent from the Vatican, and a woman from London who has an American accent, and then you got this French Canadian, and out of these 3 characters who we have to watch for this whole movie, only the French Canadian is the interesting character. He has a couple of funny moments in this movie, but other than that, we got these characters who just aren't really that interesting. Now, this movie is made to scare you, right? That's its whole purpose. Everything after this is just negative. The whole purpose of this movie is to scare you, right? Well, it's just boring. There's a few moments of somewhat suspense, and there's a few jump scares in this movie, but the biggest one was in that trailer. Hello. There was only one jump scare where I was kind of like, oh, that was kind of interesting. That kind of got me. But other than that, the movie was not scary at all. This movie bored the shit out of me. Like, seriously, I did not care. I was not emotionally invested. I didn't care about what was going on. I didn't know anything about our characters other than this guy likes to travel. The French Canadian guy, he was interesting, but we only got these 2 other people, and they're just a priest and a sister who hasn't taken her vows yet. And it's like, I don't care about these characters. There's not enough I know about them. They're not interesting. They're nowhere near as cool or interesting as Ed and Lorraine from the Conjuring universe. This movie doesn't try to be that creative at all with its scares and the paranormal activity. It's just a lot of like, alright, this thing's here. Now it's not there. You get like a crucifix on the wall that just turns upside down. It's like, yeah, we've seen that a million times. Doors that slowly open. It's like we've seen it a million times. This movie didn't do anything that was interesting like the Conjuring movies did, where it's actually kind of unique and inventive. But this one did not do anything that was like something that stands out. This movie tries to dive real deep. They give you the whole genesis of Valak. Like, where did it come from? And it was like this duke way back in the Crusades time who wanted evil for fuck it, no reason. And they defeated it way back then with the blood of Christ, and that's how they had to defeat it now. And they've been successfully keeping this evil away underneath this abbey for centuries, but now it's released because World War II? Yeah, that's right. World War II is responsible for the Valak being released. The bombs dropped in Romania at some point in World War II, and it broke the ground open. And now, Valak's released. But this movie was just cliches. Just filled with so many cliches, just nuns and sisters singing all the stupid, like, Latin things over and over and over again. I hated it. It was just so annoying. It's like, you want to slap me right across the face? Like, stop! Not only was this movie not creative with its, like, paranormal activity, they even stole one from Conjuring 2. The shadow on the wall that walks around, they stole that from Conjuring 2. It's like, try to be your own movie. Put your own stamp on it. It was kind of interesting how they tied this movie to Conjuring 1. They tied this movie into the other Conjuring movies, so it kind of makes you want to just watch a little bit of the beginning of those to be like, what did I miss? It's like, oh, that's right, that character's name was Frenchie. I didn't realize that. But yeah, this movie's only purpose was to scare you, so therefore you have to critique it on that and be like, alright, was it scary? Did it do its job? Did it build suspense? There's a couple of moments where you're like, oh, I hate to be in that situation. But just like things that it just didn't do a good job. It didn't really build suspense. I just was bored. I even kind of got tired. I wanted to fall asleep at some moments. There's probably 4 scares in this movie, and only one of them I thought was kind of good. And then they inject CGI in this movie, like CGI scary faces. It's like, enough with the CGI. If you got practical effects at the beginning, why not keep using it? Alright, we don't need CGI. So at the end of the day, to me, The Nun just kind of failed on what its job was supposed to do, and it didn't do its job to me. So when it comes to Nun, I had to say that I just don't recommend you go out to see it, because this movie is wasted time. Those are my thoughts on The Nun. Did you see this movie? Did it scare you? What was the best jump scare? Did you get scared at all? Let me know. Is this your favorite movie in the Conjuring universe? Let me know all about it in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this and if you agree with me at all, hit that like button. And if you're a subscriber, make sure you click on that bell. That way you're always notified about my videos. But if you're new to my channel and you want to see more rantastical awesome content, you can do so by clicking on my beautiful face in 5 seconds to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, until next time, auf Wiedersehen.